Rivers flow all through golden dreams in the hills where treasures gleam. Man and shovel, steady hand, searching for a promised land. Under starlit skies we roam, finding peace our hearts find home.
Tuesday night, let's gather around. Friends and fam, the vibes are clear.
With great guests, the stories to tell, a treasure of laughs we know so well. Hangout Live, where we all thrive. Camaraderie shines, the dreams come alive. Flash fam strong, we're digging the gold. Together we sparkle and stories unfold.
So join the stream, the time is right. It's Tuesday night, so let's gather around. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night, let's gather round. Flashing your pan is the place we found. Golden treasure, stories to share. Flash bands here, good vibes are in the air. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Digging for dreams till the night is done. Join the crew where the treasured vibes. It's Tuesday night, Hangout Live. So grab your pan and bring your cheer. Flash fans call and the gang's all here. Tuesday night, we're going strong. Come to the stream where you belong.
Tuesday night, let's gather around. Flashing pans, the place we found. Golden treasure, source to share. The Flash fam's here, good vibes are in the air. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Digging for dreams till the night is done. Join the crew in the treasure thrives. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. So grab your pan and bring your cheer. Flash fam's calling, the gang's all here. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. We're going strong into the stream where you belong. Tuesday night, let's get around. Flash sheet the fans, the place we found. Don't let church stories to chill. Flash fan turn the birds with the air. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Join that crew with treasure vibes. It's Tuesday night, Hangout Live. So back up and bring your cheer. Flash from tone against all hell. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Tuesday night. It's Tuesday night, let's gather round. Flashing your pan is the place we found. Golden treasure, stories to share. The flash bands here, big vibes are in the air. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. Leave the dreams till the night is done. Join the crew where the treasure thrives. It's Tuesday night, Hangout Live. So grab your pan and bring your cheer. Flash bands more than the gang's all here. Tuesday night, Hangout Live. We're going strong. But join the stream where you belong.
Let's gather around, friends and family. The vibes are clear, with great guests and stories to tell. The treasure hides, we know so bad, where we all rise. Camaraderie shines, the dreams gone alive. Just flash we're on, to dig in and go. They step very small, and stories unfold.
Hey, it's Tuesday night, gather around. Friends and family, good vibes all around. Brilliant stories to tell, treasure of life you know so well. Tuesday night, where we all thrive, glory shines, dreams come alive. Flash fans come, we're digging the gold. Together we spark the story.
Hey, YouTubers and friends. Welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with yours truly, Ed Marvin. I'm your host tonight. If this is your first time here, we're in our 7th year of broadcasting. Tonight, my special guest is Frank from Get the Gold 777. We'll let him talk more about himself, where he's from, how he came about prospecting, and all that good stuff later. And just for all you, how can I say it so YouTube don't red flag me this early in the game? For all you Gold P people out there, there might be something for y'all. Robert DePotti, good to see you. Dorothy Richardson, great to see you. Nice early showing up. Strikes Gold. Gene Cloth, good to see you. Nightbot, keep up the gold work. Rusty Nugget Prospecting. Ohio Relic Hunter, David Villa. Adventures and Bass Fishing with TK. Welcome, be safe on the road. Stephen France, good to see you. Brad Welsh, good morning to you, or late morning brunchish. What is it? 16 hours ahead of us? What time would that be? Mr. Lodak, the world's greatest moderator. And I might not be my normal self. I felt like crap all day. Beep. I might be hiding myself here from time to time. Cottonwood Trails Gold Camp, always a good place to stay and look for shinies and fossils and even arrowheads. I have found one there myself. Miner Ma Gold, you and Bill, be safe getting back to the Motherlode on your way home from Quartzsite. Bent Fork Prospecting, great to see you, Scott. American Gold Prospectors, Brian Wilder in the house. Good to see you, Mr. Numbers. Dan, PA Prospecting in the house. Good to see you. Megadog, I know you're at work right now. Thank you for popping in and leaving a comment and leaving a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And hope it's a good game tonight, or you have a good shift tonight while you watch the replay. No, I was thinking about you, brother. Bacon for Life was the first to chat, and I think I'm through all of that. I think I could be wrong. Oh yeah, super chat. Thank you so much, Miner Ma, for the $1.99 super chat. Texas Donna, howdy. Brewers Prospecting in the house. Terry Marshall, Brewers, how are you doing? No gold in Ohio either, Jeff Bro. No gold nowhere. And if it is, it's on No Tell'em Creek. Terry Lefty Marshall, the famous opal hunter in the house. Good to see you. Aaron Aqua Donkey and Mrs. Aqua Donkey. Good to see you. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah, we're having Get the Gold 777 joining us tonight for Tuesday Night Hangout Live. But before I get to that, I want to give David Bogan, a good friend of mine from down south. I've actually met David and Mita on the river several times before. Very good people. Happy birthday, David. And yes, you might make it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. My friend Melissa Gale, the other half of M&M Prospecting here on YouTube, has released her CD right before the new year. It's very good. I have it right over there somewhere. But if you love a good female voice to country music, I'm sure you'll really enjoy Melissa's work. She's doing absolutely fabulous with that. Alaskan Assassin Adventures, good to see you. Rocker Girl, hi Shannon, how you doing? Good to see all of you. So, well, with no more further to do, pardon me, I have a splitting headache, but the show must go on. And on that note, don't go away. Frank and I will be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live with your host Ed Marvin. Tuesday Night Hangout Live is a Flash in Your Pan production.
Welcome, Frank. Welcome to Tuesday Night Hangout Live.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure having you. I hope you become part of the Tuesday community here on this, what do I want to call it? On my weekly show. I love it. I love doing this live stream. That's why I do it when I'm sick or not.
Well,
Yes, yeah, wait. Kristen from the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it's Tuesday night. That's why you're here. Hello, Annie, Bear Prospecting, Annie and Brian. So let's get to know Frank a little, everybody. Can you share a bit about yourself and how you got into gold prospecting, Frank?
oh, sure. About myself, born in the Washington, D.C. area as a Navy brat, born in Fort Belvoir. How to get into gold? When I was growing up, my father always wanted to go gold panning, but he never did it. So about 7 years ago, we went on a cruise up to Alaska. My wife, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my son. And one of the excursions was to go gold panning. So I had to do it. I convinced everyone to do it. So they take this train up there and they seed the dirt and all that. I wasn't aware of that. And everybody found gold except me. I didn't get one speck out of my seeded pan. Since then, I decided I'm going to get gold. I'm going to find gold. And that got me started on my journey to get gold. And since then, I found it, but I've been trying out all these different methods, doing a lot of research. And yeah, that's how I got into it, and still in it right now. Just it's treasure hunting. It's like being a little boy all over again and finding treasure. And
Right. What don't like finding treasure and getting wet and dirty, right, Frank?
Right. You know, getting in the water, getting in the mud, splashing around. Yeah. Love it.
Now, what inspired you to create a YouTube channel to share your passion with the world?
Well, it's funny because a friend of ours said, because I started talking about YouTube, and he said, you know, you can't make money on YouTube. It's impossible. No one does it. And, you know, don't offer me a challenge like that. So I was determined to show him that it could be done, you know, and that's what got me going on it. Then I realized I liked doing it because in the past I've acted, you know, in my free time I've acted on television, screen, and on stage. So I figured, well, why not just use my acting chops and, you know, comfort, you know, in front of the camera and stuff like that, and apply that to what I do with the gold. And yeah, that's why I started doing YouTube videos, but pretty much all on YouTube. Do a little bit on Facebook and stuff, but I kind of like to focus on one platform, and right now that is YouTube.
Same here. Even though I am on TikTok like you and over at Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
I have the capabilities to even multi-platform stream, but I choose not to. I tried it, didn't like it. I want to focus on this main community where I've been so long, you know. I'll advertise elsewhere, and if they want to come here, have at it.
I've tried the stream one time. I was out in the field and I thought, why not just hook up the camera hook up the camera and hook up live and see how it goes. And I was surprised, you know, the number of people that actually showed up to watch me pan. Kind of stunned, really. I mean, watch me shovel dirt into a pan and show them what I got. It's like, people like that.
Right?
Yeah. So, you know, it was fun.
I enjoyed it. I wish live streaming would have came a lot sooner and technology was able to keep up with it. But it's getting there. And I strongly feel YouTube Live is going to go a lot farther on YouTube than a lot of people might think.
Let me ask you a question, because I've not researched this much. So there's YouTube Live and there's live streaming, right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
Pretty much the same thing.
Oh, okay.
You know, we're live on YouTube right now, so we're now if you talk about YouTube TV and stuff, that's a subscription part of YouTube where you basically paying for cable or whatever through YouTube.
Got it.
But I've tried multi-platforms where I'd stream multiple platforms at once, but you're paying attention to one community over another community.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair to any of them. So that's why I prefer to stream only to one platform now.
Yeah, I find it, even just one, you know, after doing the filming, you had to do the editing and putting it all together and, you know, getting it out there and all that. There's a lot to it. So,
yeah, I used to do a lot of editing, and years ago I did a lot of do-it-yourself stuff and a lot of stuff on the river. And then there's working out there, getting there, setting up, trying to figure out angles and what you're gonna do or what you're gonna build, or can't be just the same thing every time. You know, especially here, I'm not pulling out nuggets every time I go out. And I'm not like some creators that only show when I find gold. I'll show it all, you know, bob wire and baling wire and pull tabs and whatnot, lead shot, you know, because it's there. It's the reality of it.
I like finding the lead shot.
Well, that's a good indicator.
Yeah, it is. When I get lead shot in my pan, it's like, oh yeah, I'm in the right place.
Right. Periodically, I might stop for a second and say hi to some people because they are the reasons why I do this, and I love doing it so much. Doggone it. I always butcher your name, but I'm glad you're here. Malathion?
It's a neat name. Malathion. Malathion?
I think that's it. And Benzo Bro, good to see you. Veronica, great seeing you. Gold Hunter 77, Kevin in the house. Good
Oh,
to
thank
see
you.
you. And Dan the man is no longer lurking, I see. Good seeing you, Dan. Lucky Ducky Thomas Pennyweight Folks, very good friend of mine, director, Gold Prospectors Association of America, director of Indiana, state director. Always good seeing you, Thomas. Y Gold, tell Swifty his Micromat's not in the mail yet. I have packages over there along with quite a few sticker packs, which this is tonight's end of stream giveaway sticker pack, and some other stuff. It's out there. It's getting there, just not quite yet. To the ones I have emails to that are getting packages, I think they're pay dirt packages. I don't remember since I packed them up, but they're there. There are two of them.
You do pay dirt as well?
Not necessarily. Only way people get my gold is if they're a veteran and I take them on a take a vet prospecting project thing, or they win it through like a donation raz. I'll do a donation raz for some gold. I call a flash tube. It'd be one of these filled up, and I cater it to the person who won it. If they want a novice, intermediate, or let me see, a greenhorn pay dirt or a sourdough pay dirt, I'll make it as difficult according to their ability. I don't want someone, especially a greenhorn, who's hardly panned at all.
Oh yeah,
be
yeah.
frustrated when they're panning if there's a lot of non-magnetic black sands in there.
Yeah.
And
Plus it takes forever. The real fine non-magnetics. You can just
yeah,
be on and on.
I don't want them to get discouraged
Yeah.
if it's a product like this, and I'll throw in gems and other stuff, fossils also, and what I'd find in the stream here in my area.
Yeah.
But I'll give it to someone. You know, it's gold. I'll find more. Yes, it has a value, but with work, I'm not able to really get out nowhere near as much as I would like to.
Yeah.
If I was like Cottonwood Trails, Gold Camp, Jim and Rocker Girl Prospecting, they run a pay to dig place. And if I had a job like that, or I was a small scale miner that was doing it every day, like treating it like a job, then for sure I'd definitely be selling pay dirt.
Mhm.
But no, I have it and it's available, and once in a while I put it out there, and
Yeah.
multiple people get a good deal, in my opinion, for how many spots they want to donate for,
Mhm.
Then I put the names on a wheel of names, and I
That's a good way
finally
to do it. Yeah.
I finally call the wheel of death, and the last person standing takes it all.
That's the way to go. That's the way to go.
Music Man Mark's Asylum's in the house. Good to see you. A lot of these people I know and have met on the river.
So are you finding the most people find gold in their states? Because I know that in my state, no one really looked for gold. They didn't think it was here. Turns out there's like 45 abandoned gold mines here, and I found that in almost every state there's gold.
Yeah, almost. And I've had people even from Jersey say, "Oh, there's no gold here. Why should I even try?" But big to differ, in the highlands of Jersey, there was gold mining activity. Actually, in the panhandle of Florida, there's actually is occurrences of gold. Not down in the peninsula, but because
Like in the sand near the beaches or something, or
well, all rivers go to the sea. So I'm sure there might be a river there somewhere that does. What's this? No gold in Virginia.
oh, there's a lot of gold in Virginia. Man. God.
There's no gold nowhere in Ohio, Indiana, Virginia, New England, anywhere where I find it, there's no gold.
Oh, I hear you. Gotcha.
And it's all on No Tell'em Creek. It's that away.
That's right. Yep. I get, meat for the Potomac, both on the Virginia side and the Maryland side, which makes sense. But there's definitely gold. You can just pretty much check
like
in.
we were talking about during the pre-show, I believe one of our founding fathers, for some reason, I think it's Thomas Jefferson. Oh, I'll have to double check. I have a lot going on up here.
It might be. It might be Jefferson.
Actually found placer deposits on the Potomac and played with it a little. But,
We had some, it was some Civil War guys that were washing their pans. And one guy was looking down and saw some silver or some gold flashing in there. Turns out it was some, good sized gold nuggets just sitting in there. Kept it a secret until after the war, came back and actually balled up that area. And so since then, it was almost like a gold rush. And there was people mining gold up here to like 1900, I think. Because if you see some of my videos, you see some of the old equipment that's still left out there.
Oh, it's amazing. All over the country, even up in New England and Maine, Vermont has a really rich history. It isn't as available or easy to find out as like the West is, think of gold rush, everyone thinks, oh, California, where like there was gold found in the late 1700s, which later in the Carolinas, that later became the Reed Mine. Dahlonega, Georgia, the gold rush there happened 20 years prior to the California gold rush.
Right, that was the first gold rush down there in that area.
Well, Georgians and the Carolinians, they'll argue on that. They'll say, well, the Reed Mine's not in Georgia, and they found gold there in 1777 or whatever number it is.
I think it's all part of the same gold belt that stretches all the way up to here. Right up to, it sort of ends in our area as far as that belt goes. You can still get gold beyond it, but that gold belt that's like in the Carolinas and Georgia, it goes right up into the southern part of Maryland.
Well, yeah, all throughout the Appalachia,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So,
Let me ask you
Yeah.
something. I found myself, when I'm driving down the road, whenever I see a creek, I'm driving by a creek, I think, I wonder. I just want to pull over and check it.
I
You know, I
think
see, I see
all-
two hills.
I think we all do. And like, if you were a fisherman
Mhm.
and then got into prospecting and put your fishing pole aside,
Yeah.
you'll never look at the creek again either. Oh yeah, I always, whenever I drive by a creek, I'm like,
Yeah,
those
me too.
gravels
Me too.
look good. That's a lot of silt loom. I don't think it'd be worth doing. Yeah.
We've got rocks, like places are even called Rock Creek, like Rock Creek Park and stuff. And that's because there's so much quartz everywhere. And I'm just dying to get down there, but you can't, because that's parkland. You know, unless you're willing to sneak in there and risk getting caught. And I don't suggest you do that. But I'm like, I would love to get down there and give it a try. They say you need to get permission. So I tried getting permission from the Park Service, and they said, no. No. So come on.
No. Of course they said no. It
I
ain't our land, it's their land. Of course.
No, it's my taxes. Well,
Uh,
what can you do?
if anyone have any questions for Frank in the room, please tag me. That way it pops out at me. Hi, Gail. And I'll be able to see it a lot better.
Yeah.
And we'll ask Frank that, but I do have more questions up my sleeve and stuff. So what's been your most exciting experience while out prospecting?
Going out to a place where we thought there might be gold, but no one expected there to be gold. And we dug in an area and we found it. So we know some places. When I say we, it's my buddy I got with another guy named Frank. And yeah, we found some places with gold. That's very exciting. So we're going to go back there and really hit it in a couple weeks and see if we can. That was exciting. You know, finding gold where you didn't expect to find it. And no one else knows about it. We're going to be taking out one of those old, like 1900 rocker boxes, the old ones.
Mm-hmm.
Do a video on that one and try it out there and see how it goes.
I've been wanting to build a rocker box for an In the Shed with Ed episode.
Oh, that'd be cool. I don't have one, but the other Frank's got one. And it's an antique. He's going to fix it up, and we're going to get out there and hit it.
Now, my friend Robert DePatti, I've actually dredged with this guy. I've known him for 15 to 20 years now. He wants to know, how'd you get to 61.2 thousand subscribers?
You know, I'd like to think it's because of the way I do my videos. I kind of like get right to it. I don't really talk much, and I follow sort of the same method of doing things. I'd like to think that's what it is the videos. It's they cut right to the chase. You know, this is where I go, this is how I do it. This is what I get if I get anything. And then I show, you know, pictures of it at the end. And a lot of times people learn stuff from the methods I do. And for example, when I did the roasting of the quartz, I did a few of those videos. You can take the whole, in the old days, they take the quartz, they'd roast it, and it just like falls apart in your hands. That brought in thousands of subscribers. It was just, it's got like, you know, I know that some of the shorts have got over 1 million views, and I think the long ones are getting up there as well. So,
well, yeah, you host the rock, and it makes it fracture and break apart a lot easier.
oh, it's incredible. if you pounded quartz before, it is hard. You know, it's
Well,
hard.
what is quartz on the Mohs scale? Ain't it close to 8.5 in hardness? Or
But
something?
if you take your fire and you roast, chunks of quartz at 1,000 degrees, but make sure you wear the proper equipment,
Oh yeah.
masks and all the stuff like that. 1,000 degrees for about 20 minutes, then drop it into your ice cold water. The stuff just shatters. It turns white, and you get these chunks that you can just pick up and just crumple in your hands. And a lot of people didn't know about that. That brought in a whole lot of subscribers, as well as when I showed people how to identify every old mine, pretty much that's been documented by the USGS, Geological Service, in the world, state to state. And it's free. You go out there and you just download it and put it on Google Earth, and there you go. It just shows you where everything's at.
I know one thing. Tools nowadays are 100 times better for the prospector and small scale miner than they were. I've been prospecting for over 35 years.
Yeah.
And I remember a day when I had to order microfiche from BLM, and I ended up buying my own microfiche reader instead of taking them to the library. But I used to scour records and books and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hours in the library, and now it's all at our fingertips.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. Like when I showed the demo on how to do that, that also brought in, just thousands of subscribers and all over the world. So it's stuff like that really brings in the people.
Do you roast your black sands also?
I have done that, yes. I've taken my leftovers, and it still generated some gold out of that. Not much, because I already went ahead and retrieved the gold out of that black sand. But I thought if I roasted it more,
there's a lot that can get locked up into it, and if you take like an old beat up coffee grinder and you roast your material, then put it through the coffee grinder, it will help liberate more of the gold from those black sands.
That's a good idea, because I just pounded it a little bit. I didn't crush it. I think that would have been a good idea. Maybe I have to try that. And it works good. I'm always
now, Kevin from beautiful Oregon has a question.
Mm-hmm.
If Frank could travel anywhere in the world for gold prospecting, where would he go? And what method of recovery? No holds barred.
I would go to Australia. Another country, I would go to those Australian gold fields. Absolutely. And I would hit some of those creeks out there. Those guys find so much gold. It just drives me crazy. I'm just dying to get out there.
Australia, New Zealand.
So there is, New Zealand is a good idea. I'm going out there in about a year and a half. And I
New Zealand, so I definitely go to the South Island and see about hooking up with someone who knows better on locations, and I just would love it.
Yeah.
I'm with you though. Aussie land. I already have several people in Australia, including the island of Tasmania, who are like, if you're ever down here, Ed, let us know. So
I would go to Australia. Yeah.
I'd love it. I am still poor though.
You'd have to go for a while, because that's quite a flight. But I would love to go to Australia. And
I'm afraid if I went down there, it'd be like, passport? What passport? Oh, I'm stuck here. Oops.
Wouldn't be a bad place to be stuck in Australia. That'd be a good.
I would think. I would be really tempted to, but one day I'd love to get down there.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, there's so much good here and so much.
I know there's so many places to visit. I'd love to go to Alaska and try out some of the gold places out there. I think that'd be fantastic. I'd love to go to Canada, because there seems to be a whole lot of cool stuff up there as well.
Yeah, and Canada's a lot like us, from coast to coast. They have rich gold, very rich mining history.
Yeah, I want to spend some time up there because they've got some really good people up there. I like the Canadians. I win the lottery if I ever hear first class.
Wow, geez, Brad, I'd love you for life. I already love you like a brother, but yeah, hey, I wouldn't refuse it. That's for sure. And if Judy had objections, I'd say, sorry, honey, a trip of a lifetime. I'll see you when I see you.
It'll be Brad, Ed, and Frank. We'll go together and find some gold.
Down East, detecting and prospecting. Always great to see you, Bob. I'm sorry. I'm still interfering with your Oak Island time. I know, but I've been doing it for 7 years and it ain't gonna stop. Bob, you can blame it on Ronald from ERT Radio. It's all his fault. Remember, 7 years ago, I was playing with this live stuff and I was switching back between Tuesdays and Thursdays because of our friends over at goldprospectorspace.com and Prospectors Radio. And Ronald said Tuesday night would work best for his schedule, and I put feelers out there, and it came up being Tuesday night, Hangout Live commercial break. Well, I appreciate it, brother. And so it's all Ronald's fault. So, Practical Ken, good to see you in the house. All right. Well, I was going to get to that question because that's usually a normal question that Kevin brought up. But thank you, Gold Hunter 77. Believe me, if I ever go to British Columbia, well, I have family in Washington. So when I get back to Washington, and I get over to Vancouver Island, I'm going to hit up several people. Polly, Moto, Anthrax Mining. I'll even get a hold of Dan Hurd and Sebastian and so many others. So many.
Yeah, they all seem like good guys.
Yes, they do. Now, what's the biggest and most unique piece of gold you've found to date?
Not big. It's more lots of the fine stuff. I mean, I found nothing really big, just a lot of the small stuff. Consistently finding the small stuff. But no big nuggets yet. But there's always tomorrow. You never know. Every time you dig in there, you think this might be it. I got the metal detector. I have those thing rods.
No Gold, Virginia. I've seen some nice stuff come out.
I know there are nuggets around here and stuff. It's just a matter of being persistent. And if I didn't have a full-time job, I'd be out there every single day. But,
right.
Yeah,
that doggone 4-letter or it's still a 4-letter word. Work gets in the way.
But I would love to big ones.
I'm sure you know Matt Hosper.
No, his name was
the prospecting geologist.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. I've learned a lot actually watching his stuff. The guy knows his stuff.
Well, he's a geologist and he's an avid dredger. I've had the privilege of meeting him and working on the river with him.
Oh, nice.
Good guy. And I love his dad. His dad, Bob's wicked cool. took me up in his airplane for like a nice 45-minute flight. When he asked me where I wanted to go, I'm like, I don't care. Why go to Alaska? Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, there's a lot more fine gold in the world than large specimen gold and stuff. So definitely.
One of these days, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna be digging in there and go, what is all this heavy stuff? I'll be digging in there and I'll find it. I'll be looking around, making sure no one's watching. That's the plan. You never know.
I hope you do come across it one day, a big old chunker.
You mean like these kind of gold nuggets?
John Hansen says, do some crevicing where your last video was.
Yes. And you must be familiar with that place because other people do crevicing there as well. And I definitely will be doing crevicing out there for sure. I was even thinking about that today. Just get out there and do some cracking some of that rock and doing some crevicing. And yeah, I will do that.
Lord Shadow invited the both of us to come out to Montana.
And I'm in a flyover state. What does that mean? A flyover state?
He's in mid-country, Montana. So, that's what some people would call Montana a flyover state. It's a beautiful state.
Yeah, I've never been there. I've always wanted to go. Here, it is beautiful. Yeah. There's so many states I want to go to as well. I've not been to. I've been to several countries, but not enough to the U.S. I plan on hitting some of that soon. With retirement looming.
Lord Shadow says no one stops here.
Well, is there gold there, Lord Shadow?
Western Montana, the mountainous regions of Montana, has a very rich mining history. Very rich. My friend, mi amigo David Villa, has a question for you. Do you use any chemicals in the recovery of gold and wet types?
Nothing dangerous because I do not trust myself with chemicals. I'll use like vinegar and stuff like that, but I don't trust myself with those chemicals. So I don't really. I mean, the worst thing I do is I roast the rocks and wear the masks, and no, I don't do much with the chemicals.
Yeah, because when you start using mercuries and sulfuric acid or aquaric acids and stuff, you really got to know what you're doing. And
I don't make a mistake and I'll hurt myself. I don't want to do that. I just I don't trust myself with it. And vinegar is about as far as I'll go. Do you mess around with the chemicals that much?
I have in the past, when I had mining claims and stuff back in Washington, but not since moving away from the West Coast.
I mean, I find mercury quite a bit in the creeks, so I figure we go out there and we just help clean up the mercury by getting the.
Well, yeah, clean out the other heavy metals, mercury and lead. Now, is there a natural presence of cinnabar in Maryland area and Virginia?
Cinnabar? What is that?
That's the ore body of mercury.
No, this is from the old timers.
Not all mercury comes from old timers.
Yeah, the place I go to, though, where all the old equipments and stuff's at, and it's coming from the old piles. The old piles that they dug up. It's sort of eating out of that, and then we get the.
I know mercury was used extensively by the old timers, especially Chinese miners. But I've had people. I've heard of people blaming it all on miners when not necessarily it's all on mining. because if there's a cinnabar flow of some type from an outcropping, if it gets warm and heated, it can extract gold, or I mean mercury, and
Cinnabar.
end up cinnabar.
Interesting. I have to look that up because I'll check
It's
that.
kind of a reddish material. But yeah, like places near where my mom lived in Washington, there were a lot of cinnabar mines.
Hmm.
And even though there were a lot of areas in Washington and Oregon where mercury was used to quite a bit,
Yeah.
there is natural occurring
Very
mercury.
interesting. Nice.
Well, if it comes from the earth, it's going to come to the surface one way or another.
One way or the other. Yeah.
Yes, Lord Shadow, cinnabar is mercury ore. That's right. Mercury also used to be in red paint, on thermometers, many other stuff.
Yeah, we played with it as kids. If someone broke a glass thermometer, the mercury would be on the floor, it'd be like rolling it with our fingers, thinking it was the most fun thing.
Now, if you do that, they close off the plate. They condemn
We
it.
played with it on the floor. Anybody my age would know this. That back in the '60s and stuff, you'd be like, "Play! Look at that! That's cool looking."
We're still here, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know how. Everything was dangerous back then. I mean, the toys were dangerous. Did you remember jarts? Those big darts with the metal tips.
Oh yeah.
Use them like
Yard darts?
we would throw them up in the air.
Yeah, and see who moves last.
You can get killed by those darn things, but who knew? We used to have BB gun fights as kids.
Same here. Little
see,
BB
back
gun
then-
battles in the street.
Again, it's amazing we survived. You ever been shot with a BB gun? I got shot with a pellet gun in the butt.
Oh yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. It does hurt. I was wearing jeans too, and that really hurt.
David still has lead toys.
Probably back from the '60s.
I have an 8 pounds of cinnabar juice in my garage. Been looking to get rid of it for 8 years. Shoot, I'll take your mercury off your hands, Bill. I'll take it off your hands.
What would you do with it?
Use it for amalgamation.
Oh, okay.
And then you could use a retort to recover your gold from the amalgam, or sulfuric acids and coppers and other stuff comes into it.
I respect the fact that you do that.
I haven't messed with it for a long time, but
I'd probably get like burns all over my face and stuff. So don't mess with it.
just gotta be careful, and you be careful and use the proper precautions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd use nitric acid with it, and then you can reclaim the mercury. But after you dilute the acids, you throw in a piece of copper, and your mercury will collect to the copper out of solution, and then you get your mercury back.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched a lot of those videos thinking, I can't do that. I'll make a mistake.
I've forgotten a lot I've used to know. Have you ever had a prospecting trip? I know, silly question, that didn't quite go as planned. And if so, what happened?
Well, was that actually? It was that very first one. That wasn't even a prospecting trip, really, where I didn't get the gold, but everyone else did. But that was, up in Alaska. No, surprisingly, I've not been on many prospecting trips at all. Really, it's just locally in this area and where I drive to, and with a full-time job, what can you do? You got evenings and weekends to get out there and rush somewhere, and I figured since there were old gold mines and stuff around here, there's more gold to be found that no one's found yet. So I should try to dig in locally. But I do want to go on some prospecting trips. I figure, I'll retire in the next 6 months or so, and then I'm going to start hitting it, man. I want to get out there to the other states.
There's a lot to be discovered out there,
North Carolina, hit some of those woods out there. But it seems like everyone that goes out there's got a dog and a weapon, a sidearm. And I don't know.
There's places you definitely want to pack heat.
I know. I was in the Army, in the infantry, artillery and stuff, and I don't have a weapon. But it seems like if I'm going to go out in the woods in North Carolina or any of those places, I've got to have a friend or something with me.
Well, one, you should never go alone.
Yeah.
Never. Now, here in Ohio, I very seldom pack, carry, even though I have no problem, or if anyone else does. Out west, I always do.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people.
And it's not just mountain lions and bears. It's the two-legged creatures that are the most dangerous and conniving.
It would be the bears that would probably freak me out the most. Carry bear spray, something like that. We even have some black bears around here, believe it or not.
To be honest, out in Washington and Oregon and California, I never really worried about bears. I worry more about cougars and humans with bad intent is what I worry about. But I try not to worry because that spoils a lot of things.
It does. You find yourself when I'm out there by myself, which is most of the time, you find yourself being really hyper aware of what's going on around you for every little sound.
I agree, Hobo Rob. The thing with cats, you won't see them coming.
No.
They'll stalk you and they'll attack from above, and they go right for the neck.
Mm.
Bears, you have a better chance, and bears are more apt to stay away. I'm not hiking. When I'm prospecting, I'm not hiking to sneak up on wildlife and get pictures or hunting. So I make noise. I make a lot of noise.
Mm.
I'll be hitting bushes with my walking staff or shovel handle. Yo, cat, or scat cat, yo, bear. Yo, bear, scat cat, and I'm making noise, and they're more apt to stay away from you.
Yeah.
And someone said snakes, but snakes, they're
shy.
They're just there minding their own business.
Yeah, you're more likely to get struck by a snake if you step on one. So if you're just more aware of, we had someone get struck by a rattlesnake up here just west of Baltimore. First person in the state ever he stepped on a rattlesnake in the path. And we've got some vipers here, but I found snakes are so shy. I had some as pets as a kid. And snakes are shy.
Yeah, for the most part, most wild creatures, until they get used to human activity too much, are pretty shy and will flee from you.
The things I don't like are the spider. You're out in the woods and the spiders, the ones that go from the lower branches to the ground, the webs. And you hit one of those things, you're carrying all your equipment, you hit one, you sort of hit it and you go, and you sort of bounce backwards because you sort of like, it dibs, you know what I mean? You like hit it and go, no, back up again.
Yeah, like a spider web you'd see on Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, the big yellow ones, and they're pretty, but they're like, that's more likely to irritate me than pretty much anything else. But you come down and your equipment, you're like all sparkly in the sun because all the webs and stuff are all around you.
Now, do you have a favorite location or region?
Yeah, the Potomac.
Oh, you did say that earlier.
Yeah, the Potomac, both on the Virginia side and the Maryland side, there's a lot of feeder creeks. It's just a matter of finding out who owns the particular area and knock on the door and ask. And more likely than not, they'll say, yeah, they just want to see what you found. Or a lot of times they'll just say, whatever I found, I'll give to you. But once they find out how little it actually is, they go, oh, no, you just keep it. The thing you got to do is also not disturb people. If you don't disturb them, no one's going to care.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I've had better luck here in Ohio asking for permission to prospect a farmer's creek and stuff than I ever had to walk their field for arrowheads. Bobby, I don't know how you get permission to hunt for arrowheads. I always get a flat out, well, can't say always, but most of the time I get a flat out no to that. But the same farmer will let me walk their creek and do some pans or even bring in my dredge or high banker. Weird.
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. Well, the price of gold's gone up. It's was it nearing 3,000 now for an ounce?
Yeah, I think the last I saw was 2,700.
I think it was up to above 2,900 today. I think it's getting up there. Now I just have to find an ounce of gold. Good to go.
Yeah, no doubt. But there's a good side to that pendulum and a bad side to that. The higher the gold is, the less our dollar's worth.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, people they see my pictures. It looks like I find a lot of gold, and I tell everyone in the videos that it's all really magnified. I use a macro
well, we
lens.
have different prices. Yep, 2,900. Then 2,967, 2,910. Okay, it's your fault now. If I get a little glitchy, I'm going to tell you why right now, because I'm going to search for current gold prices.
Yeah, it was in the news today.
Gold at this moment,
Yeah.
as of February 11th, closing of bell, $2,917.60. Silvers to $32.14 per troy ounce. So
it's up there. It's up there. And you can find some nuggets and stuff. Yeah.
Miners Rule, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yes, cats are very sneaky. Like I said, I worry about bears, snakes, spiders. Like Kristen said, machetes are good for spider webs and stuff.
I use a big spider stick.
Cat.
The Black Panthers. I've never stumbled across one, but they're kind of cool looking.
They are here. They used to be in North America. There have been known to be some. Actually, there was one in Ohio. It was at an exotic animal farm. It got away, but I don't think they ever found it.
I have no desire to stumble across any animal that might eat me. Other than that,
right. Well, at least we don't have to worry about velociraptors or T-Rex or anything yet until someone gets all Jurassic Park on us and starts making them.
The most I come across are angry woodpeckers and birds and stuff like that.
Right. What's your one favorite tool or technique you swear by whenever you're searching for gold?
The tool or technique? You mean actually digging it or finding it? I guess finding it would be.
Gotta dig it before you find it.
I mean, I follow
Cool.
creek dynamics. That the tool I use is the creek dynamics. You know, in a gold bearing area, I stand out there and I sort of envision if there's a big storm and the water's really raging down there, where's it going to fall? You know, you see the angles. Where do you think it's going to fall? Then I get out there and I will
That's,
find a bar. Yeah.
I think every person that gets into prospecting, they start getting more into geology.
Yeah. Yep.
Then the number one rule in prospecting when you're a greenhorn is to find gold where gold has been found before. So then you dive into research, which leads you into that rabbit hole along with mining history.
Yeah.
And then you learn how to properly read a creek or a river. And you can't just go by when it's and properly judge it. Like a stream on low water flow flows different than a normal water flow. And your gold's not moving then. Your gold's moving when it's full-blown flood stage.
Right. That's right. You have to keep that in your mind when you're standing in the creek that the water is much higher and where you think that gold's going to fall. And then if I find a bar, a sandbar, there's some black sand on it in a gold bearing area, what I'll do is I'll do perpendicular cut, take some flags, dig holes in each one at various levels and see where I find the gold and try to find, a pay streak that way. It's methodical. It takes a long time, but you can find it.
Oh yeah, it's
So,
out
yeah,
there.
Yeah. The old-fashioned forever.
I love the saying is gold is where you find it.
Right. And I like it when you find it where it's not supposed to be, but
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I've been drinking quite a bit of coffee since I woke up. I need to use the men's room. But I'm going to ask this question for you before I exit the stage real quick, Frank. I hope you don't mind. At least I put in a toilet down on the lower level now, so I don't have to go all the way upstairs. But have you ever prospected or searched for anything other than gold, like gems or relics or other minerals?
I've looked for Civil War items using metal detectors. Prospected for other stuff. I've had some pay dirt bags from some other minerals, like opals and stuff, from some guys in Australia that would send that, and that was always a lot of fun. But actually going out in the field in minerals in this area, no, it's just been gold or metal detecting for Civil War artifacts, trying to find some interesting things out there. I haven't had much luck with the Civil War stuff, although I find some really old stuff, nails and things. But the most fun is the gold, More often than not, you don't find anything. Most of my, with my videos, you see where I find gold, but you don't see the hours or the days where you don't find anything. It's like, just another pan of dirt. But when you do find it, you see those little specks. They just jump out like little light bulbs. It really motivates you. And you think, well, if I just dig a little bit deeper, maybe the gold's going to get bigger. Generally doesn't happen, but sometimes, it happens. But it sounds like a lot of you guys do a lot of prospecting based just on the names that I've seen flash on by. I think that's pretty cool. And some of you guys have got some pay for dig. I'd like to know where that's at because, I think that's a great thing. I love doing stuff like that. I did some down in North Carolina. I can't remember the name of the mine I went to, but, you go there, pay like $15 a day, do some camping down there, and do some digging in the creeks. It's kind of nice. But, you guys do much metal detecting looking for the gold. I've got one of those gold master, what are they, gold something 1000s, and go out there and look for stuff that way. But more often than not, when I go to the creek with the metal detector looking for gold, I find, pop tops. And one time I was out there looking for gold in the middle of the woods, and I dug, it was like a foot deep in hard-packed dirt. And I found like a 1976 penny. I mean, what's the deal with that? How did a 1976 penny get a foot deep in the middle of the woods? It was explained to me later on that some people actually go out in the woods for that very reason, just to trick metal detectors. Detectors, they'll go out there and they'll take pennies and coins and like that, and current ones, and dig them really deep just to freak out the guys doing the metal detecting. It worked. Couldn't figure it out. Yeah, but I always enjoyed the metal detecting. Even as a kid, got my first metal detector. I was about 10 years old. I'd go to the playgrounds and look for coins underneath the sliding boards. Well, I was only like 10 years old. You'd find a nickel or a dime or a quarter. It was like big money.
You could find some good stuff in a tot lot. Actually, during one of my flash bashes, I had Brian, his channel's B. Higgles. He found a beautiful ring in a playground at a local park.
That's nice.
Palladium.
I haven't found any jewelry that I can recall.
Diamonds, real diamonds, palladium. It was a beautiful ring, either platinum or palladium.
Nice.
A beautiful ring, beautiful. Right. But detecting cools, then you're in a good area for like Civil War relics and even colonial.
Yeah, I'll give you a secret for finding good Civil War sites. LiDAR.
Oh, LiDAR's a great tool in many ways.
Yeah, you look at some of the LiDAR, and that's free because usually the counties and the states put it out there, and you can see a lot of the old Civil War trenches. I mean, right now you've got all the woods, everything's covering up everything, but LiDAR takes away all the woods and all the underbrush and just shows you the ground. And that's a great way to find, mining spots and stuff like that. But also, you can find old Civil War trenches and old Civil War posts and stuff that no one's been to. Especially in areas like this. And they'd be great sites to look for stuff. Did a question just pop by? See, it's one thing to do. I'm just never going to. Hey, I don't think any Civil War was fought down in Florida, was it? I don't know. You guys had pirates.
Florida had up by St. Augustine. They found Spanish gold on the beach up there. The Treasure Coast.
They had pirates and stuff. Yeah.
Our mateys. Yeah.
There's gold.
Well, actually, didn't Blackbeard get captured and killed in it was up by you, kind of.
I think he was captured. He was brought into, I think it was in Maryland.
I'm trying to think of that big harbor that goes up all the way up that way.
Like the Chesapeake?
Pardon?
Chesapeake?
Isn't I believe it is the Chesapeake.
I think that he was brought up there. And wasn't it the widow of one of the people that he killed? The widow killed him? I mean, he was captured. Blackbeard was captured, but I thought that the widow may have had the honor to do it or something like that. I'm not sure. Rumors.
I'll
love poetic justice.
I used to really get into pirate history and the golden age of piracy and stuff.
Yeah.
They had a real democratic republic attitude back in the day when the whole world was being ran by monarchs and stuff.
Oh yeah. So Ed and I have got the same wife's name, and my wife is looking. She wants me to. My wife Judy wants me to come to her right now.
Uh-oh. Well, you better not. If your Judy's anything like my Judy, you better not. You better not keep her waiting. I'll put you backstage and I'll pop up, and if you can see what she wants. She is more important than this show, Frank.
I think she wants me to go eat a late dinner with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've been on air for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Real quick.
I was hoping to have you on for the full 2 hours, but if you need to go, that's perfectly fine, and maybe I could get you to come on again in the future sometime.
Yeah. No, it's a pleasure talking with you and your subscribers. Seem like a good group of people.
They're an awesome group of people.
Yeah.
And I welcome all your subscribers that may be here. I see some new faces or fonts in the audience. So welcome if you're from Frank's channel.
I will post this video onto my channel.
More than awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jack Frank, a friend of mine, he would like to hear more. But I understand with the wife 100%. But yeah, I greatly appreciate you joining me tonight.
Pleasure.
Tonight.
Well, thank you.
You're more than welcome. Everybody, I know Nightbot just dropped Frank's channel. Check him out. If you're already subscribed to him, be sure to make sure you comment and definitely like his videos. But if you're not yet, show him a little bit of flash love and join his community over there.
I'll do my best to entertain.
Well, I've enjoyed what I've watched so far, and I'll get to watch more. My problem is I'm like ADD, and I have 3 monitors going, and I'm working while I'm watching, and I'll hit the like, and I'll go to the next one.
It must be a prerequisite because I actually am ADHD, and I play that to my, I like it. It's like a superpower. I use it to my favor. Life is great, man. If you got ADD, life is great because everything's interesting.
I think so. Thank you very much for joining us, Frank.
Right, thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right. Bye.
Take care. Have a good night, Judy.
Bye. All right. Bye.
All right, everyone. Well, I was enjoying my conversation with Frank. Get the Gold 777. And it's good to see you, Jack Frank. And congratulations on your view count. It will get up there more and more. That's because you're on your phone, I believe, Careless. It kind of worked out. I still have a massive headache. I'm not feeling all that well. I slept terrible last night. I've been kind of fighting a cold or whatever for the last couple of weeks. I've been doing construction in a factory where I'd be nice and toasty in the factory. Then I'd go outside to where it's like freezing cold, then back in and back out. But something happened yesterday at work that kind of had me riled, and I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm not going to get into it, But if I could ask you all to put some positive thoughts and prayers to a gentleman named Matthew Norris, I'd greatly appreciate it. Well, Heath's on his phone and he sees a dick Nightbot. Sorry, Heath. Head like that is gonna hurt. I hear ya. I hear ya. Swiftwater Tony, hope you and Rob had a good time at the Courtside Gold Show. I've seen a couple of your videos. I've seen some of Minor Ma's videos. Looked like it was a great time. I need to check out more. And I have a package for you, Scott. Hope I don't pull out my ear. Now, everyone that won anything from the past couple of Open Line Tuesdays when Prospector Dream sponsors either the keychains, cleanup sleuths, or the Avengers sleuths. I know he shipped out a few shows worth, and I believe you all should have them by now. But Swifty, I got your package right here. I just haven't been able to get to the post office. I have some. If my brother James is in the house, I'm sending you something. I hope it gets there, but I have something for Travis from Travis, and another one for Heath and Bob Drake. Hobo Rob, Kristen, and Jim and Shannon, and you, Carlos. And then I have Alaskan's Assassins box and Bent Fork. I just haven't been able to get to the post office. Forgive me. But it will get there if I don't end up in my trash can and get lost. Try and find a place to set it. But I have them. So I'm trying, Jack. I'm trying, and I appreciate the text earlier, Jack. If all of you don't know, I've known Jack for the past 14 years. I've worked with him for the past 14 years. He's a superintendent for the company I work with. It's a great guy I work with. I just can't wait to get him on the river with me sometime and really get him a case of gold fever. Or go metal detecting with him. We just gotta make time to do it. I will. I slept a lot this morning. I already texted my HR and told them doubt if I'll be in work tomorrow, but you know how I am about the show. I'll put on a happy face for the show even when I'm feeling like crud. That's because I care about you guys, and I made a commitment to. Yeah, I got your message, Dorothy. I'm glad you do. So I'm sure Annie got hers also. Your mail lady threatened to go on vacation if I don't stop mailing the heavy boxes like that. Too funny. And Annie got hers too. And speaking of Annie and Brian and bear prospecting, get to the right list. They're going to be my guest next week on Tuesday Night Hangout Live. They're also from the Midwest, Ohio, Indiana, and do a lot of prospecting in the Gatesville area, I believe, and Greensburg, and down on I'm having a brain fart on the Scioto River, down by Lucasville. I believe their main GPAA lease is the Spriggs lease of the GPAA. Hi, Loretta. Good to see you. Good night, Lord Shadow. Thanks for coming in. I'm about ready to do my end of stream giveaway if you want to wait up. But if not, hey, it is what it is. But all you have to do is type in 3 syllables, get the gold exclamation point in the room, and I bought a bulk of cards, so I'm going to have these thank you cards for a little while. But we have a sticker from the Alaskan Assassin Adventures, then from our friend from New York, Megadog 555, and then you get an onslaught of flash in your pan stickers. You get 3 different sizes of my channel stickers. Small, medium, and large. And also one of my 7th year Tuesday Night Hangout Live stickers. But I'll share the screen with you, so type it just as the way you see it. I see 5 have already entered. I might even throw in a couple of other stickers. And so, also, I want to thank Minor Rule. Thanks for joining us. I've seen you around quite a bit throughout the years, but I might have seen you in our chat once or twice, maybe not. Northern Found Ken! Kenneth Thursterler. Sorry, Mountain Man Ken. I butchered your name, but my friend Ken, a dredging legend from the gold country of Idaho. You're more than welcome. Anytime, you're always welcome here, Minor Rule. And I'd love to chat with you on Facebook about joining me here on Tuesday Night Hangout Live sometime. I'd love to talk to you about your prospecting from gold to aquamarine and Colorado and all that stuff. Sam, great seeing you, Sam. Say hi to James for me. Yeah, I agree, Annie. I think he's a really good fit. um, I've watched quite a bit of stuff that he's been with and followed him for a while. Excellent. Thank you, Miners Rule. Robert. Eh, I won't get into it there, but won't get into it. Mr. Yells a lot. Come on, I want to win. Well, you know what? You need to type in the room to win, Swifty. It is not case sensitive, so it could be yelling like you normally do, Swiftwater, or it could be exactly like that, or it could be all lowercase, but it must be 3 syllables, separated with an exclamation point. Oh, you did. I did. He says. Shaw's Mining. Hey, Ron, how are you doing? Good to see you, Ron. Hope all is well up in Idaho. Needs an exclamation point, Swifty. Just like this. Oh, you're in Libby now? Are you at Roberts? You living in Libby now? Not Idaho anymore? Whatever the case may be, I hope you're doing well. Swiftwater's in the Goldfield. Both times he typed it wrong, and you are not in. It has to be just like that. You can yell it, but you need that exclamation point on the end, Swifty. Terry, I'd love to get you on the show too. You sent me an email. Is it important? Do I need to check it now? I will. I just hope I don't lag up a lot. If I do, you know why. I'm opening more browsers than. Okay. That should count this time. Hey, Nick, how you doing? We got quite a few Montonians in here. Yes, it does, Ken. So does. Isn't Montana the treasure state? So does Montana. Montana has lots of nice gems and stuff. Okay, I thought so. Thanks, Nick. All right, 26 of you in out of 48. Oh. I'll keep it going a little longer. I think I'll do a 2-minute timer on it, and then we'll pick the winner. Nightbot's been dropping a link for Melissa Gale CD. It's really nice. She's very talented country singer, good friend of ours here at Flash in Your Pan. I'm trying to get her hooked up with my stepson's band. I think she'd be a really good opening act for Dustin Spears and Brian's gigs. Digging up the dirt with 2 James. Welcome. John Hansen. I just have to go when the weekend hits. I need to, but it's still really cold and frozen. I need new neoprene hip waders like Careless Whispers. Those were nice. Nice gift from Aquadonkey there. Moon's over Miami. Good to see you. As you know, I'm really good friends with some groups in the clubs in the state. The Ohio State Prospectors Association, great group of people. And my home GPAA chapter, the Buckeye chapter of the GPAA, home of Gold Rush Days every Labor Day weekend at the Swank West lease. And there's also, Prospectors Days, Memorial Day weekend at the Spriggs lease on the Scioto. I think that's what they call it, Prospector Days. I forget, Annie. Oh yeah, and Fossick, usually the meeting weekend after Memorial Day, we have Fossick. 2 great outings. No, ours is now first weekend of July. Oh, okay. Prospectors Days, the first weekend in July at the Spriggs lease. Down by Lucasville, Ohio. It's on the Scioto. JP Lawns and more in the house. All right. Everybody, last call. 5, 4, 3, 2. And who's gonna get it? Dorothy Richardson. Ta-da! All right. Congrats, Dorothy. Has to be a great woman with a name like that. That was my mom's name. Congratulations, Dorothy. Yeah, isn't he a beautiful boxer? Boxer, right, Dorothy? Cool looking dog, Sam. Isn't that your dog too? Are your dogs like that? You have nice dogs too, Sam. You might have seen on my channel, I'm gonna try something new. I'm not the world's greatest storyteller, but through the help of ChatGPT, I have put together some historical fiction stories. I'm gonna try an experiment with an episode of Storytime with Flash. It will be gold prospecting, treasure hunting related, probably gold rush era related stories. Won't be super long stories, they'll be fairly short. But we'll see how that experiment goes. I believe the first one is going to be this coming Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm thinking about having another silver and gold donation rounds coming up for a flash tube and a silver coin. Guaranteed amount would be a quarter gram gold. The melt value of the coin is roughly almost $10. Depends. As of today, it was 9 something, 9 and some change. But depending what silver does by then, it could be worth more. Along with the gold too. So, but I might have it earlier before the story time, and I don't want story time to get too much into past 9 o'clock. Because my friend JP over at JP's Lawns and More bar opens up at 9 o'clock, where they always have a good time. Al Gold Prospecting, good to see you. But there's a couple of things I'm working on, get you up to date. I'm half tempted to talk about some of next month's guests, and I think I will. On the 4th of March, we're having Carlos Miner return visit of Carlos Miner of Gold Rush Whitewater. Then on the 11th, we're having archaeology and gold, and I'm actually really looking forward to that. I've always had an interest in archaeology along with geology, and I can't wait to have Gail here to talk about that. Then we'll be having the return visit of Brad over at Willie Shiny Gold on the 18th. And of course, on the 25th of this month and next month, it's Open Line Tuesday, where I ask you to send in your treasure porn and gold porn finds of all kinds, and share with the community. And if I remember, or to put up the link, invite you all into joining us. Good night, Stephen. And on that note, I think I should get ready for bed. I still have an hour of work to do after the show. So that reminds me, I want to thank all those who listen to me on YouTube Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and everything on the podcast sites. I greatly appreciate all of you too. First time ever visiting. Well, thank you very much for visiting. Digging up the dirt with two Jameses. Eller? I'll do my best, Gail. Thank you. The 25th, we should be talking about spring finally, right? Thank you, Paul. If this is your first time here and you're not yet a subscriber of Flash in Your Pan, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and smash that like button. They're all absolutely free. I want to thank Minor Ma for the $1.99 super chat. It's greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated, Tamara. Thank you very much. I need to check out Terry Marshall's email. Until next time, may you always have a flash in your pan. And you know what I like to say because it does happen. Maybe one day too, I'll meet you on the river or at the park or maybe Menards or at a detecting event or something. It does happen. And so I can't wait till it does. I was lucky. James Sealer, I've been a sub. Oh, well, thank you for being part of the Flash family. I hope to see you in my live chat again. Thank you, David, mi amigo, Mandy's Candy, all of you. Thank you. This very second, right now, it's time to say, I'm out of here.
Tuesday night Hangout Live. We've had our fun. The battery was strong, the night's been won. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Tuesday night Hangout Live is for all of you. Flash Fan forever. We'll keep the vibe. Catch us next time. Let's keep
Night
it
comes to a
live.
close. We're feeling great. Flash Fam is together. Whenever it feels just right. Wonderful guests, good times, and so much fun. Tuesday Night Hangout Live will turn very soon. Thank you for joining us. It's been a fantastic time. Camaraderie is strong, and we're built to last. Till next time, we look forward to seeing you again. Tuesday Night Hangout Live will be back soon. Give us a like. Don't say goodbye. Just see you later. Flash Fam forever. Until we meet again.